You want money to flow into your life like water, right? You want the kind of financial freedom that makes people wonder how you did it so fast. Well, listen closely because I'm about to share the most ancient, most ridiculously overlooked secret that millionaires have been using for centuries. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need a business degree. You don't need to hustle 18 hours a day. And you don't need some complicated investment strategy that only Wall Street understands. All you need to do is call money by its real name. Yes, you heard that right. And if you do this correctly for the next 21 days, money will start responding to you like it's been waiting for your voice all along. I can almost hear your mind going, "Really? Just calling money by a different name will bring it to me?" Oh, yes. But before we dive deep, stay with me because I know you've probably tried everything. You've read the money books, watched the success videos, maybe even tried those complicated manifestation rituals that left you feeling more confused than confident. You've repeated, "I am rich in the mirror," until it felt silly. You've visualized checks and dollar signs until your eyes hurt. But money still feels distant, doesn't it? Let me tell you something. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just speaking to money in a language it doesn't recognize. You see, most people call money by the wrong names. They call it hard to get. They call it scarce. They call it the root of all evil. They call it not for people like me. And money, being the obedient energy it is, responds exactly to what you call it. But here's what the wealthy know that broke people don't. Money has a real name, a vibrational name, a name that makes it come running instead of hiding. And when you learn to call money by its true name consistently, everything changes. Your bank account changes. Your opportunities change. Even your relationship with abundance transforms completely. Now imagine calling money by its real name every single day for 21 days. Imagine speaking to it like you're talking to your best friend instead of some distant stranger. That's not just positive thinking. That's energetic alignment. That's conscious wealth creation. And don't worry, we keep our videos short, powerful, and straight to the point. You won't find endless theories here that sound impressive, but do nothing. These are bite-sized transformation sessions, quick enough for your lunch break, potent enough to shift your money mindset forever. So stay with me until the end because this isn't one of those channels that talks for hours without giving you the goods. This one actually works. The law of calling money by its name isn't just some new age concept. It's an ancient principle that's been hidden in plain sight. And today, you're going to learn exactly what to call money so it starts calling you back. Ready? Let's unlock your financial frequency together. Now, let's talk about you because I know exactly what you're going through. You've been trying to attract money, maybe for months, maybe for years, but it feels like you're speaking a foreign language that money doesn't understand. You say you want wealth, but deep down you whisper, "Money is hard to come by." You dream of abundance, but your subconscious mutters, "Rich people are greedy." You try to affirm prosperity, but that little voice says, "People like me don't get lucky breaks." That's the problem right there. You've been calling money by all the wrong names, and money has been responding perfectly to what you've named it. Difficult, scarce, evil, elusive, unfair. And guess what? Money shows up in your life exactly as you've described it. Difficult to get, scarce to find, and seemingly unfair in its distribution. Here's the truth no one tells you. Money isn't just currency. Money is energy. And energy responds to the vibrational name you give it. When you call money hard to earn, you create hard circumstances around earning. When you call money tight, your financial flow becomes restricted. When you call money the problem, it becomes problematic in your life. But wealthy people? They call money by completely different names. They call it abundant. They call it flowing. They call it my friend. They call it always available. They call it easy to attract. And money, being pure energy, responds to these names by showing up abundantly, flowing freely, and becoming easily available. Think about this logically. If someone kept calling you difficult and problematic, would you want to hang around them? Of course not. But if someone called you wonderful and welcome, you'd naturally gravitate toward them. Money works the same way. It's attracted to people who speak its love language. So here's what the millionaires know that broke people don't. Money's real name isn't money. Money's real name is energy exchange. Money's real name is appreciation in physical form. Money's real name is gratitude made visible. Money's real name is service received. When you start calling money by these true names, everything shifts. Let's be honest. Most of us have been accidentally repelling money for years without realizing it. You see a rich person and think, must be nice to be lucky. That's calling money luck-based. You pay a bill and sigh, there goes my money. That's calling money something that leaves. You check your bank account and say, I'm broke again. That's calling yourself and money broken. But what if you started calling money circulation? What if you called spending investing in the economy? What if you called earning receiving appreciation for value given? What if you called your bank account my abundance indicator? Here's your first shift. For the next 24 hours, catch yourself every time you speak about money negatively. Stop mid-sentence and say, actually, money flows easily to me. Don't force belief. Just practice the new language. You're retraining your tongue to speak wealth instead of lack. Here's something fascinating about human psychology and money. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system. Think of it as your personal money radar. But here's the catch. It only finds what you've programmed it to look for based on what you consistently call money. If you keep calling money scarce, your brain scans reality for evidence of scarcity. Suddenly, you notice every price increase, every bill, every expense. If you call money unfair, you notice every story about inequality and struggle. Your brain becomes a detective, collecting evidence to prove whatever you've named money to be. But when you start calling money by its true names, your reticular activating system flips. When you call money abundant, you suddenly notice opportunities everywhere. When you call money flowing, you see multiple income streams you never noticed before. When you call money magnetic to me, you attract financial opportunities like iron filings to a magnet. Let me give you the real names of money that wealthy people use daily. Money's first true name is thank you. Every dollar that comes to you is the universe saying thank you for the value you've provided. Every payment you receive is gratitude made physical. When you start calling money thank you, you naturally look for more ways to provide value because you know more thank yous are coming. Money's second true name is flow. Money is never still. It's always moving, always circulating, always flowing from one person to another. When you call money flow, you stop trying to hoard it and start learning to direct it. You become a channel for abundance instead of a dam blocking it. Money's third true name is freedom. Not the freedom to be lazy, but the freedom to choose. When you call money freedom, you attract it because the universe loves freedom. You start making choices that expand your options instead of limiting them. Money's fourth true name is energy exchange. Every time money changes hands, energy is being exchanged. Value for value, service for appreciation. When you call money energy exchange, you stop feeling guilty about charging for your time or asking for raises. You understand you're simply exchanging your energy for someone else's energy. Now here's where it gets powerful. You're going to create a new money vocabulary starting today. Instead of saying, I can't afford it, say, I choose to invest my money elsewhere right now. Instead of money is tight, say, money is circulating perfectly. Instead of I'm broke, say, I'm between flows. Instead of money doesn't grow on trees, say, money flows from infinite sources. This isn't just positive thinking. This is energetic accuracy. You're finally calling money by its real names instead of the fear-based nicknames society taught you. And when you speak to money in its native language, it recognizes your voice and starts responding immediately. For the next 48 hours, I want you to practice this new vocabulary consciously. Every money conversation becomes an opportunity to use money's real names. Watch how differently you feel when you speak this new language. Let's get practical, because transformation happens in the details. Most people fail at attracting money because they use the old names out of habit, even when they know better. So I'm going to give you a simple daily practice that will rewire your money language permanently. Every morning when you wake up, before you check your phone or think about your bills, you're going to greet money like an old friend. Say out loud, "Good morning, Flo. Good morning, Freedom. Good morning, thank you. Good morning, Energy Exchange." Yes, you're literally greeting money by its real names. This tells your subconscious mind that money is welcome in your life. Throughout the day, every time you touch money, whether you're spending it, earning it, or even thinking about it, you're going to use only money's true names. When you buy coffee, think, "I'm exchanging my energy for this service, and flow is circulating perfectly." When you pay a bill, think, "I'm grateful for this service, and I'm sending my thank you in physical form." Here's something most people don't understand about wealthy individuals. They have intimate relationships with money. They don't see money as separate from themselves. They see money as an extension of their energy, their gratitude, their service to others. That's why they're comfortable asking for what they're worth. That's why they're not afraid to invest. That's why money multiplies around them. But poor people treat money like a stranger, or worse, like an enemy. They speak about money with fear, resentment, and suspicion. They call it filthy lucre and the root of all evil. Then they wonder why money stays away from them. Would you visit someone who constantly talked about you that way? Here's your money language upgrade starting right now. When someone asks how you're doing financially, instead of saying struggling or barely making it, say, "I'm in a growth phase," or "Money is teaching me new lessons." When you see someone wealthy, instead of thinking, "Lucky them," think, "There goes someone who speaks money's language fluently." Now let's talk about the most powerful money name of all. This one will revolutionize your relationship with abundance forever. Money's deepest true name is love made visible. Every dollar represents someone's time, energy, care, and service. When you pay for something, you're expressing love and appreciation. When you receive money, you're receiving love and appreciation. This shift changes everything. Suddenly, wanting money isn't greedy. It's wanting to participate in the global exchange of love and service. Charging for your work isn't selfish. It's allowing others to express their appreciation. Spending money isn't loss. It's spreading love through the economy. Practice this today. Every financial transaction becomes an act of love. Every payment you make, think, "I'm sending love and appreciation." Every payment you receive, think, "I'm receiving love and appreciation." This transforms your entire money experience from transactional to relational. When you start calling money love made visible, something magical happens. You stop being afraid of it. You stop feeling guilty about wanting it. You stop apologizing for having it. Because love is never something to be ashamed of. Now let's address the elephant in the room, because I know what you're thinking. This sounds nice, but what about my actual bills? What about my debt? What about the fact that my bank account is practically empty? Here's the truth that might surprise you. Your current financial situation is the perfect place to start practicing money's real names, not despite your circumstances, but because of them. When you're facing financial challenges, you have two choices. You can call your situation hopeless, overwhelming, or impossible. Or you can call it my launching pad, my training ground, or my comeback story in progress. Guess which approach actually changes your circumstances? Here's what broke people do. They look at their empty bank account and say, I have no money. But here's what people who are about to become wealthy say, my money is currently invested elsewhere, and new flow is on its way to me. Same situation, completely different energy, totally different outcomes. Let me tell you about the most powerful financial transformation technique you've never heard of. It's called debt reframing, and it will completely change how money flows to you. Instead of calling your debts problems, start calling them investments in my future self. Instead of calling bills burdens, call them circulation opportunities. Instead of calling expenses money going out, call them energy I'm sending into the economy that's coming back multiplied. This isn't about being delusional. This is about understanding that the energy you put into your financial conversations creates your financial reality. When you speak about money with stress and fear, you create more circumstances that cause stress and fear. When you speak about money with confidence and appreciation, you attract circumstances that support confidence and abundance. Here's your breakthrough practice for the next week. Every time you pay a bill, say this: thank you for this service. I'm grateful I can participate in this energy exchange. Money flows to me easily to cover all my needs and wants. Every time you earn money, say, thank you for appreciating my value. I receive this abundance gratefully, and I'm open to receive even more. And here's the secret that will accelerate everything. Start calling your future money by name before it arrives. When you need $500, don't say, I need $500. Say, my $500, and I have an appointment, and it's coming at the perfect time. When you want a raise, don't say, I hope they give me more money. Say, my increased income recognizes my increased value. The universe responds to certainty, not desperation. When you call money by its true names with confidence, you're not begging, you're declaring, you're not hoping, you're knowing, and there's a massive energetic difference between the two. Practice speaking about money like it's already yours, because energetically it is. Every dollar that's meant for you is already tagged with your name in the quantum field. Your job is to call it home by using the right language. Let's talk about timing, because this is where most people sabotage their money flow without realizing it. They use money's real names for a few days, don't see immediate results, and then slip back into calling money by its old limiting names. But here's what you need to understand. Money responds to consistency, not intensity. Think of it like learning a new language. You wouldn't expect to speak fluent French after a few days of practice, right? Money language works the same way. Every time you use money's true names, you're building fluency. Every time you catch yourself using old limiting language and correct it, you're strengthening your money communication skills. But here's the beautiful part. Unlike learning French, money language starts working immediately, even when you're still a beginner. You might stumble over the words, you might forget sometimes, but money begins responding to your new energy right away. You'll notice small synchronicities first. A discount appears. Someone pays you back unexpectedly. You find money in an old jacket pocket. Don't dismiss these as coincidences. These are money responding to its real name. These are the universe's way of saying, I hear you speaking my language now. Acknowledge these moments by saying, thank you, money, for responding to my voice. This strengthens the communication channel between you and abundance. Now, let's address the voices in your head that will try to sabotage this practice. Because they will. Your old programming will whisper, this is silly. Just calling money different names won't change anything. When that happens, remind yourself, my old money language created my current financial situation. If I want different results, I need different language. Here's a powerful technique I call the money name reset. Whenever you catch yourself using limiting money language, immediately stop and say, delete, delete, delete. What I meant to say is, then restate your sentence using money's true names. For example, if you catch yourself saying, I can't afford that, immediately say, delete, delete, delete. What I meant to say is, I choose to direct my flow toward other priorities right now. This isn't about being perfect. This is about being intentional. Every time you reset your language, you're rewiring your brain's money programming. You're literally creating new neural pathways that support wealth instead of lack. And here's something powerful. Start teaching this language to your family. When your kids say, "We don't have money for that," teach them to say, "We're choosing to use our money for other things right now." When your spouse complains about bills, share the new language. We're grateful we can participate in these energy exchanges. You're not just changing your financial future. You're changing your family's money DNA. You're breaking generational patterns of scarcity thinking and replacing them with abundance consciousness. Your children will grow up speaking money's real language naturally, giving them a massive advantage in creating wealth. Remember, every wealthy family started with one person who decided to speak differently about money. Today, that person could be you. Here's where the magic accelerates, and I want you to pay close attention because this next level will transform your relationship with money forever. Once you've mastered calling money by its true names, you're ready for advanced money communication. This is where you stop just talking about money and start talking directly to money. Yes, you read that right. You're going to have actual conversations with money like it's a living, breathing entity. Because in the energetic realm, it is. Money is conscious energy that responds to respect, appreciation, and clear communication. Wealthy people know this secret. They don't just use money, they partner with it. Every morning, after you greet money by its real names, have a brief conversation. Say something like, "Money, thank you for circulating through my life. I appreciate you, I respect you, and I'm ready to receive more of you today. Please show me opportunities to provide value so we can dance together in abundance." This isn't weird. This is wisdom. Throughout the day, acknowledge money when it shows up. When you receive payment, say, "Thank you, money, for coming to me." When you spend money, say, "Thank you, money, for allowing me to exchange you for value." When you see wealthy people, think, "Thank you, money, for showing me what's possible." But here's the most powerful practice of all. Start asking money for guidance. Before making financial decisions, close your eyes and ask, "Money, what wants to happen here? What choice serves our highest good?" Then, listen. The first thought that comes to mind is usually money's answer. When you include money in your decision-making process, your financial choices become supernaturally wise. Now let's talk about what happens when you master this practice. People will start noticing something different about you. They'll say, "You seem more confident, more relaxed around financial topics." Opportunities will begin appearing in unexpected ways. Your income may increase through raises, new clients, or creative income streams you never considered. But the most profound change will be internal. You'll stop feeling anxious about money. You'll stop checking your bank account with fear. You'll stop avoiding financial conversations. Because when you know how to communicate with money effectively, you trust that it will always respond to your call. Here's your advanced practice for this week. Choose one specific amount of money you want to receive and start having daily conversations with it. If you want $1,000, say, "Good morning, my $1,000. We have an appointment soon. I'm preparing to receive you by providing excellent value. Thank you for making your way to me." Do this every day until that money appears. Don't worry about how it will come. Don't try to force specific methods. Just maintain the communication and stay open to inspired action. Money knows countless ways to reach you that your logical mind hasn't even considered. Remember, you're not trying to manipulate money. You're building a relationship with it. And like any relationship, it thrives on communication, respect, and mutual appreciation. When you treat money as your friend and ally, it behaves like your friend and ally. The universe is abundant, and money is just one form of that abundance flowing to you. Here's where everything comes together, and I want you to understand the profound transformation you're creating. By learning to call money by its true names, you're not just changing your bank account. You're changing your entire life frequency. You're stepping into the version of yourself who naturally attracts wealth because you speak the language of abundance fluently. Let me paint you a picture of what your life looks like 30 days from now when this practice becomes your new normal. You wake up each morning excited about the financial opportunities the day might bring. You check your bank account with curiosity instead of fear. You have conversations about money that feel light and optimistic instead of heavy and stressful. When unexpected expenses arise, your first thought isn't panic. It's money. Thank you for this opportunity to see how quickly you can flow back to me. When you see successful people, you don't feel jealous or separate. You think, there's someone else who speaks money's language well. I'm part of that family now. Your decision-making becomes clearer because you're consulting with money's wisdom instead of operating from fear. Your confidence grows because you know you can communicate with the energy of abundance directly. Your stress decreases because you trust that money responds to your voice consistently. But here's the most beautiful part. This practice ripples out into every area of your life. When you learn to speak abundance language with money, you naturally start speaking abundance language about health, relationships, and opportunities. You become someone who expects good things because you've trained yourself to call things by their highest names. So here's your final 21-day challenge, and this is where the real magic happens. For the next 21 days, I want you to commit to using only money's true names. No exceptions. No slipping back into old language, even as a joke. Treat this like a sacred practice, because it is. Day 1 to 7, master the basic true names. Practice greeting money each morning and thanking it each evening. Day 8 to 14, add the conversation element. Start asking money for guidance and listening for answers. Day 15-21, become a money language teacher. Help others learn these true names and watch your abundance multiply. By day 21, speaking to money correctly will feel natural. You'll wonder how you ever communicated any other way, and money will have reorganized itself around your new frequency. Before you go, I want you to make a commitment. Comment below. I commit to calling money by its true names for the next 21 days. Say it as you type it. Feel it as you write it. That's your contract with abundance. And if this message transformed how you think about money, make sure to subscribe because this channel is about real transformation, not just theory. Short, powerful, life-changing content that you can apply immediately. Remember, money is energy, and energy responds to the names you give it. So for the next 21 days, call money flow. Call it freedom. Call it thank you. Call it energy exchange. Call it love made visible. And when you do, watch how money starts calling you back with opportunities, abundance, and financial freedom beyond what your logical mind thought possible. Because when you speak money's true language, money becomes your native tongue.